world of Cirque is back, and it is so cool. It's cool that it's back, but it's also cool that it's on ice. Welcome to the Meridian Centre in St. Catharines. This is Crystal, which is the relaunch and the only Canadian stop, and we are honoured to have Crystal with us this morning. And not only do we have Crystal with us, Yordis Lee is from the area.
Yes.
That's amazing. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise.
What's it like performing in your backyard this weekend?
Oh, it's incredible. Like to perform in front of a hometown audience. I couldn't have imagined something better than this.
Yeah. So the demand for tickets, probably people knocking on your door saying,
yes.
yeah, right?
Yes,
so let's talk about the show, because it is very unique for Cirque to be doing this type of show.
Yes, it is. It's Cirque's one and only skating show.
Okay.
So you'll see the two different disciplines of acrobatics blended with figure skating and other types of skating on the ice.
How did you get into Cirque? So obviously you got the figure skating background.
Yes.
Do you have the acrobatic background, or do you need that?
No, I don't have an acrobatic background. Of course, there are a couple of skaters who have some training in acrobatics, but we're mainly skaters, and the acrobats stick with the acrobats. So we stick with our forte, our own discipline, but we just have tried to put it on the ice.
So, like, growing up, was Cirque ever a dream for you to perform in? Like, was that something you thought you could do?
I never could have imagined that I would have the opportunity, because Cirque was mainly circus.
Yeah.
They never did any ice skating and never went into that kind of industry. So when we all heard in the skating world that they were going to do a show, we were like so ecstatic. And it was my dream when I first started to hear about that, I believe in 2016. But when I was younger, I would have loved to, but I didn't think it was ever possible.
So do you teach skating in St. Catharines?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
How in awe are your students that not only are you a teacher, but you're actually a star of a Cirque du Soleil show?
Actually, I think they might be, but
Yes.
I haven't really spoken to them much about it. I think that it's just nice for them to see someone of my age still skating, that, it could offer different avenues than just competition, because typically that's what we do when we start skating is you learn recreationally and then you go into competitions like Worlds and Olympics and national championships and so forth. So there's also another world of skating, of shows, which Cirque has brought to us.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's cool because it's the only Canadian stop. So where have you been?
Exactly.
You've been kind of all around. Where were you before you came to St. Catharines?
We were in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia, and it's short. So listen, only here this weekend. So you had the opening night last night.
Yes.
Went great.
Yes, it was amazing.
Okay, and then so shows for the rest of the weekend. Okay, so cirquedusoleil.com/Crystal to get your tickets to see Yordis Lee and all the performers. And we're going to meet another performer, because we're going to work in that circus angle with some juggling and skating and the world of Crystal when we come back on Morning Live. Good morning and welcome back to the whimsical frozen playground where circus art meets ice skating. Yeah, it's true. That's what Crystal is all about, and it's in St. Catharines. It started last night. It just goes until Sunday. You have 8 performances all told. We met Crystal last half hour. Great to be back with Yordis Lee, who's local, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Back home. So great to see you again. Who's our friend?
This is our juggler, Augustine. And as you can see, he's on skates and juggling at the same time. So that's one of our features in the show. And I get to skate with him a little bit during his act.
That was the proper kind of description of like kind of circus art meets figure skating. Like, it's very unique for Cirque to do this.
Absolutely. It's the one and only skating show that Cirque is doing. And it's exactly that. Believe it or not, we're blending figure skating or all kinds of forms of skating, because we have extreme skating, which you'll see with our ramps here. The boys go off. They go off, up and down, flipping off of those.
Quickly. Okay, wait a second. So the first one we were out front. So is this like back of house?
This is back
people
of house,
don't
yeah.
people don't. This is behind the scenes.
This is behind the scenes.
People don't get to see this.
Yes.
Okay, so during the show, what's going on back here?
So we're warming up, and also the set pieces are moving around with our stage staff, which
Is it
they are brilliant.
Organized chaos?
Organized chaos, exactly that, yes. So we have people warming up, moving the sets, we're changing our costumes. People are changing their wigs and their hats, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Like,
How many costume changes did you have?
oh, well, when I play Crystal, I only have the one costume.
Well, that's good. Right? That's pretty easy.
But when I do my ensemble, or house troupe as we call it, I have about 6 different costumes.
So are you wearing all 6 and then you're just taking them off? You're like Joey from Friends, where you just put everything on?
Yeah, I
No.
know exactly what you mean, but no, we're just, we go into this tent over here. It's
Okay.
called the quick change. So that means, like, if we don't have time to actually go all the way to our dressing rooms because we have to be on the ice really quickly, we get changed quickly here into our next outfit. And we keep our skates on.
I know you're saying the tent over there, but
The
in
tent-
I know,
the
but in
tent-
front of the tent is this orange contraption,
Yes.
and that must be pretty interesting for something going on
So
here
this
too.
is one of our set pieces. We call it playground, and so we have acrobats swinging off of it, swinging on the swing, flipping, and it also moves with the acrobats, also flipping. So it's a pretty impressive
I would say
piece, yeah.
I'll stay with this. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing. So, Crystal is on right now here at the Meridian Centre in St. Catharines. This is the only Canadian stop. Right?
That's
This is-
correct,
you guys
yes.
are on a tour. It's great to have Cirque back. So this is the only Canadian stop. So it runs until Sunday. We saw Augustine doing the juggling, and he has his skates on.
Yep.
We didn't talk about your juggling skills. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll go out to the front once again, and we'll
no.
see what Yordas can do with juggling and skating, and maybe teach me a thing or two. CirqueDuSoleil.com/Crystal to get your tickets. Well, good morning, and welcome back to St. Catharines, where this weekend, this holiday weekend, obviously the temperatures are rising. So if you're looking for something to cool down, we got an option for you, because Cirque du Soleil is back. Crystal is at the Meridian Centre all weekend long. We have 2 of the performers with us this morning. We met them last half hour. We have juggler Augustine Encarnacion, and we have Yordas Lee doing a little performance for us. Good stuff. Good work.
Yeah.
Good job.
You don't see that often, skating while juggling.
The combination of the two. And Augustine is from
Mexico.
How many different nationalities do we have?
We have about 39, 40 different nationalities.
I'm so fascinated every time I come to a Cirque show, and I've done a few of them. I get to meet the artists and like the different languages that are spoken in the back. It would be English be the main language?
English is the main language, and then French.
French, okay.
Cirque du Soleil from Montreal.
Yeah, obviously.
We have some Spanish, of course. I guess those are the 3 main ones that are being spoken back.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have your background is figure skating. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do any juggling? Do you do any of the acrobatic stuff?
Unfortunately, I don't do any juggling, but
Right.
I do a little bit of acrobats. There's acrobatic stuff. There's a number that is with a straps artist.
Okay.
And I do this number with him where I go up in the air with him and I throw him. So it's combined, like literally, of the straps acrobatic discipline with skating.
What about the acrobats? Do we put skates on them? How does that work?
For some, there are wearing
Like
skates.
for Augustine, who's a juggler, but
For
can skate
Augustine.
as well. Okay.
Exactly, but most of them are wearing a special type of shoe where they have something called crampons on the bottom of the shoe. So there's like nails that give them grip to the ice so
That's
that they
what
can do their
Cameraman
flips.
Kyle is actually wearing right now.
Exactly what he's wearing.
That's how Kyle's on the
Yes.
ice. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, oh, look at you showing off your shoes. Okay, can you teach me anything skating wise? Like I don't have a pick, so
Which is-
that's kind of
okay,
hard.
but I've been watching you, and you actually already know how to skate relatively well.
Relatively, okay.
I'm going to start with a spin.
Okay.
So you'll try to push with your right foot, and
we're
your
going-
arms will start out.
Okay.
And you will bring them in as you spin, which will help you bring in your center. Right. So push your right foot and together. That's good start.
Where do you look?
You actually don't spot like in dancing, but in skating, because we usually go too fast, we get used to
You get used to the spin?
the rotation, yes.
And it doesn't like, I did like the little thing like that. It's like, okay.
Okay,
You wanna
so
try it again?
to push a little bit harder.
Okay.
Start with the knees bent,
Okay.
arms out,
Right.
wind up, and bring in your arms. Whoa! But But you don't have the toe pick, so already you're at a bit of a
That's totally the
disadvantage.
reason. Totally the reason. That's why I like Yordis. Yes,
you're
making
on hockey
excuses.
skates. But good start.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great seeing you. It must be so awesome to be back in your hometown, performing in front of
Absolutely,
family and friends. So it's this. I'm still dizzy. Hold me up, Yordis. So it's all weekend here at the Meridian Centre. CirqueDuSoleil.com/Crystal to get your tickets. Runs until Sunday, and then you're off. Where's the next spot?
We're off to Providence after.
Off to Providence. Okay. Do they continue their tour? And we'll leave with Augustine doing his thing. Juggle away, my friend. Good morning. What an awesome morning we've been having in St. Catharines, exploring the world of Crystal, which is the show that's at the Meridian Centre this weekend. And listen, we've been out there seeing what's going on out on the ice, but there's so much more going on behind the scenes for people to get ready as I try to get ready in the wardrobe department. We're back with Yordis, who plays Crystal in the show. What am I putting on here, Yordis?
You're putting on our opening number outfit called Tempête.
Tempêtes. Suck it in! So it has enough space to go over skates?
Yes, so that's what we have these inside zippers for, so we can keep our skates on while putting it on.
So how many different costumes would you be wearing in the show?
About 6 costumes, 6
So it
different
would
costumes.
be, you would be finishing your number, running into an area that we saw
Yes.
that tent earlier on,
Exactly.
taking this off,
Yes.
putting a new one
Put
on
a new one on, yeah.
as fast as you can
Yes, exactly that. With our skates on.
with your skates on, because you never take your skates off?
No, for me.
For you.
I do.
Okay. Who do we have here?
This is our head wardrobe lady, Isabel from Spain.
Hello, Isabel. How are you? Who else do we have in here?
We've got Beetle over here working on the crampon shoes, the special type of shoes.
So we were talking about these. So let's show these crampons, because not everybody skates.
Correct.
Okay, so these are for our acrobats.
Yes, and this is what helps them not slip on the ice and do all of their flips and tricks
Are the
on a
crampons
slippery
all
surface.
kind of the same?
Relatively.
Right.
So this is a special type of screw that they've put into the shoe, and that's what Beetle is actually working on right now. This is a special machine just to do that.
Putting them in there. What about when somebody's getting like flipped up in the air
Yeah.
and then being caught by somebody
Yes.
with skates on or with crampons on? How do you be sure that that's not?
Technique. Also, the guys that catch the flyers, the flying acrobats, they have special type of gloves to help protect them from these very sharp,
Sharp, yeah, because that would not.
sharp crampons. Yes.
Okay. And we have Jessica back here. Good morning, Jessica. Hello. And she's doing all the wigs.
She's our special wig lady.
Oh, the wig lady.
We have a lot of wigs. How many do we have? Do you know approximately?
Or
30 different
30
wigs.
Do you have, is your wig here?
Yes, this is mine. This
Okay.
is when I play Crystal. And I wear this one. I'll turn it around. Let me see if I can turn it.
So you would wear that for the whole show?
Yes. And there's a special little hole on the top of the wig because I wear something called a black track that helps catch the light as I skate. Because we don't have manual lights that are operated, so it's all high-tech black
And
tracks.
when you say you play, so you're not always playing Crystal. You kind of swap back and
I
forth.
swap back and forth.
Who's the other
yes.
Crystal?
The other Crystal is another Canadian skater named Robin.
How many Canadians do we have?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Well, because it's
but
figure skating, it's skating,
Yes.
so you assume there's a lot of Canadians,
there's
right?
a good portion of Canadians in the show,
All right.
homegrown
Is there
talent right
competition
here.
between you and Robin, between like the understudy and now?
Actually, we work
We're
very well
Canadians,
as a
so.
team.
Oh, right, we're
We're
Canadians,
a
so you-
team,
so you
yes.
get along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very well, actually.
Wonderful to meet you.
Thank you.
Welcome to your hometown, because she's from Wellands, right? So I know you're gonna have a lot of family and friends here to see Crystal, because it's here for a short period of time, right? Opening night was last night. It only goes until Sunday, so make sure you get your tickets. CirqueDuSoleil.com/Crystal, because after that they're on to the next city.